Have you ever stopped to think about all the little things you do on autopilot every single day? We all have these patterns, right? But have you ever really wondered what's driving those behaviors? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden architecture of our daily lives. And trust me, the science behind it is way more fascinating than you might think.
So, picture your morning. The alarm goes off, and before your feet even touch the floor, what's the first thing you do? Your hand just automatically reaches for your phone. That glowing screen is the first thing you see. It's a move that's so ingrained, you probably don't even remember making the decision to do it.
Or how about this one? It's the middle of the day, a stressful email hits your inbox, and next thing you know, you're standing in the kitchen, opening the fridge, looking for a snack. It's that classic impulse, that little voice saying you need a treat to just get through it. And of course, there's the big one. That huge project is looming, you absolutely know you should get started, but instead you suddenly find 100 other urgent things to do, like organizing your sock drawer. We've all been there. So what's the thread connecting all of these things? You know, we usually just blame ourselves, don't we? We think, if only I had more discipline, or I just have zero willpower. We frame this whole thing as some kind of personal moral failing. But what if that's not the real story at all? The truth is, these actions, they aren't really about conscious choice or a lack of motivation in that moment. Nope, they are driven by something much, much deeper. A fundamental feature of how our brains are wired to work. Okay, so it all starts with our brain's absolute obsession with being efficient. I mean, think about it. To get through the day, our brain has to conserve mental energy, and it's come up with a really brilliant way of doing just that. And this gets us to the heart of it. A habit is nothing more than a shortcut. It's your brain basically saying, hey, we've done this 1,000 times, let's just automate it so we don't have to waste precious energy thinking about it. It's a script that just runs on autopilot. And this whole mechanism, it's surprisingly simple. Every single habit you have, the good, the bad, all of them follows a simple 3-step pattern. It's called the habit loop. First, there's a cue, which is the trigger that tells your brain, hey, run the program. Then comes the routine, which is the action itself, physical or emotional. And finally, you get the reward, that little bit of positive reinforcement that tells your brain, yeah, that was good. Let's remember this loop for next time. And this loop is the reason why breaking a bad habit can feel like you're literally fighting yourself. You're not just making a poor choice in the moment. You are trying to interrupt a deeply carved neurological pattern that your brain has spent ages perfecting for the sake of efficiency. So if these loops are so powerful, are we just stuck with them forever? No way. And that brings us to the single most powerful idea for taking back control, the golden rule of habit change. This is it. This is the big aha moment. You can't just press a delete button on a bad habit. That neural pathway, it's there. But, and this is a huge but, what you can do is replace it. You can consciously go in and redesign the loop. And this shows you exactly how it works. Look at this. The cue, that feeling of stress, it stays the same. The reward you're chasing, that feeling of relief or distraction, that also stays the same. The only piece of the puzzle you change is the routine in the middle. So instead of grabbing that snack, you go for a quick walk. You're still satisfying the same craving, but you're doing it with a new, better behavior. Okay, so now we know how to change one habit. But what if you could create massive change with just a tiny bit of effort? This is where we get into a truly game-changing idea: keystone habits. So what's a keystone habit? Think of it like the first domino in a long line. When you push that one over, it starts a chain reaction that knocks down a whole bunch of other dominoes automatically. It's one small win that creates this amazing cascade of positive changes across your life without you even having to focus on those other things. Regular exercise is the perfect example. People who start exercising consistently, they often just start eating better. They sleep more soundly, they're more productive at work. They didn't decide to fix all those things at once. It just happened. It happened naturally as a result of that one powerful keystone habit. It sets off this incredible chain reaction of positive behavior. So let's bring this all home. Understanding the science behind all this, it isn't just some cool intellectual exercise. It's about realizing that these tiny automatic behaviors are literally the building blocks of who you are. The second you can see the loop in your own life, you can spot the cue, identify the routine, and feel the reward, you are no longer a victim of it. You gain this tiny sliver of space where you have the power to choose. You might not control the cue, that feeling of stress or boredom, but you can absolutely choose your response. You get to design the routine. And this right here is the most profound takeaway of all.
The small, repeated actions you take, the changes you make, they're not just about tweaking your behavior. It's so much deeper. They fundamentally reshape your identity. You see, you don't just do healthy things, you become a healthy person. You don't just work productively, you become a productive person. Your habits are the living proof of who you are becoming.
So, the power is literally in your hands. You have the blueprint, you know how it works. The only question left is when you look at your own life, at your own automatic loops, what's the first habit you're going to choose to redesign?